30,000 pending cases. In San Diego alone, the backlog is more than 8,400 cases. But there has been some progress. San Diego is down 345 cases since we last reported on the backlog in December.
And officials add that migrants should use the CBP One app to apply for asylum, but some say they're having problems getting to it.
The information we got about the app is that it's only for Venezuelans to ask to come across as refugees.
Marcela Aguilar from Colombia is one of many people misinformed about applying in the app. That's one problem. Even if she wanted to apply, she can't because her phone is dead. The American Friends Service Committee has been a helping hand for those at the border. They say that's one of the biggest complaints they're hearing, not having enough battery to apply in the app.
I also spent the day at the border listening to everyday San Diegans coming here to provide humanitarian aid and food and water, and I can attest to that. Many folks at the border, they're asking us to charge their phones for them. As she said, they were completely dead. That's Nina Douglas that I was interviewing. She has been out handing food and supplies to these migrants for the past couple of weeks. She told me she's seen more and more children come here every day. She also explains why it's so important to be out there and help those at the border.
The people on that side don't look different than the families and children on this side. They have had to take desperate measures and are trying to survive and to be safe.
The U.S. consulate in Tijuana sent a message out today letting people know that our ports of entry may experience disruptions and delays once Title 42 ends this Thursday. So be prepared for a wait if you commute across the border. You can stay on top of this evolving story all week on 10news.com and our free mobile app.
Well, children were playing nearby when detectives say someone was shooting a firearm near a San Marcos sports park.
Oh, and be ready, don't let it get by you.
You can see something hits the field near a child at Mission Sports Park. Deputies are unsure what it is. They need your help finding the person responsible. This happened last night about 8 o'clock. Deputies responded to someone discharging a firearm, but they say they didn't find anyone hurt or shot. There's a $1,000 reward for information that leads to an arrest.
Back in San Diego, officers surrounded a home this afternoon after shots were fired in a possible burglary. This is Ionin Street. The captain on scene told ABC 10 News the homeowner saw people in his garage and thought they were trying to steal his motorcycles. He says after approaching them, one of them pointed a gun at him. That's when the homeowner grabbed his own gun and let off some warning shots. Police arrived and did not find any suspects. The investigation remains ongoing.
This is a killer pill. You know, it's like an assassination. It's poisoning, it's murder.
Powerful words from a mother who knows the pain of the fentanyl crisis all too well. On the second annual National Fentanyl Awareness Day, ABC 10 News reporter Ryan Hill sits down with the Encinitas woman who lost her son to the dangerous drug, and he's joining us now live in studio tonight. Ryan.
Yeah, Kimberly, Yolanda Snaith tells me that her journey has been tough, and she feels more hopeful about curbing this crisis with more efforts to bring awareness.
He had an amazing laugh. It was like everybody said, you know, he had the most, even since he was little, his laugh was just so infectious.
Yolanda Snaith says her son Alexander loved skateboarding, making music, and all of his little habits stood out to Mom.
He had this little habit of twiddling his hair. He'd kind of get a bit of hair and he'd sort of do this with it, you know, just when he was watching television or, you know.
Snaith tells me this kind and caring 21-year-old man passed on a Sunday morning not too long after his birthday in 2020.
I think it was an oxycodone pill that was laced with fentanyl, and he was sitting on the bed, kind of slumped over, and he'd vomited, and it was just so traumatic. I mean, you know, it was, I've never, ever sort of seen a dead body like that.
Alexander's story is one of thousands that have tragically happened in the United States. This is the second year of National Fentanyl Awareness Day being on the calendar.
Sometimes, you know, there's enough fentanyl in that one pill to kill, you know, 4 or 5 people. It's that powerful, you know, and they have no idea, which I believe Alexander had no idea what he was taking. You know, he just thought he was taking a sort of an opioid painkiller.
After processing her son's tragic death, she wanted to help others.
He was really just trying to tell anyone I know and anyone that I can reach what to look for, what all the warning signs that I didn't know, and to carry Narcan and to educate their children. And all of that's now starting to have been happening a lot more, I mean, particularly this year.
Another year in fighting against this crisis.
This is a killer pill, you know, it's like an assassination, it's poisoning, it's murder.
The National Fentanyl Awareness Day's website has some pretty staggering information attributed to the CDC. It states fentanyl is involved in more deaths of Americans under 50, more than any other cause of death. That includes heart disease, cancer, and any other types of accidents. Reporting live here in the studio, Ryan Hill, ABC 10 News.
Staggering statistics. Thank you, Ryan. About 80 students took a field trip to the DEA offices in Kearney Mesa to understand the dangers of drugs, especially fentanyl. They learned what an overdose looks like and how the medication Narcan can save someone who consumed a lethal amount. Students say the information is important to share with friends.
I can go home, I can tell like my brothers, my parents, like my friends what it looks like. So, like if they ever are in a situation like that they know what they can do.
The students got valuable information on where fentanyl comes from and how to avoid it.
Some San Diego nurses spent the day in the state capitol rallying, they say, to save their profession.
We are the union. We are the union. The mighty, mighty union. The mighty, mighty union.
I remember that chant from Remember the Titans. That was a good one. Well, about 500 nurses from across California are asking lawmakers to address the staffing shortage of healthcare workers. One bill they want to see passed would make it easier for high school students to enter nursing programs and get students more on-the-job training.
If there's holes in our pipeline, then we're going to see, surges in unsafe staffing to coincide with those holes. We need a steady stream of nursing students.
Nurses from Sharp Healthcare, Kaiser San Diego, and Paradise Valley Hospital took part in today's rally.
A disturbing discovery at UC San Diego. In an email today, Chancellor Pradeep Khosla told students anti-Semitic hate symbols were found in a bathroom at one of the dorms. There was also, quote, unsanitary vandalism and destruction of property. Khosla says the university condemns all forms of racism, intolerance, and bigotry. Police are investigating. The chancellor says those involved will be held accountable.
You're looking at new body cam video showing officers rescuing residents from a Connecticut apartment fire Monday. The video shows police rushing several residents out, including one woman in a wheelchair. Police said everybody made it out safely. 2 officers were sent to the hospital for treatment but have now been released. Residents say they believe squatters may have been in the basement and started the fire.
North County cities are trying to figure out how to protect people who jaywalk across a busy highway to get to the beach. Recent improvements to trails and bike paths have encouraged more people to go to the area between Solana Beach and Encinitas. But to get to the shore, they have to get across Coast Highway, and there's no crosswalk. Well, city staff says more than 200 people jaywalk every day. The city councils are considering adding lights for a pedestrian crossing or putting in a crosswalk without a light. Well, a kitten is recovering after getting trapped in a dangerous place. How a driver discovered it stuck in the frame of a truck.
Well, new information in the case of rape allegations against 3 former San Diego State football players, why prosecutors told the victim they would not file charges.
And a follow-up to a story about a disabled veteran whose wheelchair was stolen. The positively San Diego response that has him mobile once again.
You are in for a windy night, San Diego County, especially if you're in our mountain and desert areas. I will break down why in our full forecast.
Oh, Layton, I felt so happy. This is my baby. My baby.
63-year-old Pat Cowboy is on the move again after his power wheelchair was stolen last month. Cowboy suffered a stroke 13 years ago and is paralyzed on his right side. After an ABC 10 News story on the theft aired last month, donations poured into a GoFundMe campaign. He was able to purchase a manual wheelchair and a ramp. There was also enough money to replace his $4,000 customized chair. Now he's getting ready for his next adventure.
I want to go everywhere. I want to go to the beach. I want to go to the store. I want to go on the trolley. I want to go on the buses. I want to see the world.
Cowboy says, quote, "Thank you from the bottom of my heart to the donors that made it happen."
An 8-week-old kitten is doing well tonight after being stuck in the frame of a truck. Look at her. This was in Escondido last night. The San Diego Humane Society says they received a call from the driver who told them they heard meowing at a stop sign. When the driver got home, they followed the sounds and found the black and white kitten stuck in the frame. The veterinary team arrived and sedated the kitten before using Q-tips to free her head.
And we are now learning why prosecutors decided not to press charges against former San Diego State punter Matt Ariza. He and 2 other Aztec football players were accused in a civil case by a now 18-year-old of gang rape at a house party in 2021. A transcript documents the deputy DA explaining to the girl why there would be no criminal charges. The transcript reveals that Ariza left the house an hour before the alleged rape would have occurred. The deputy DA also says video recordings of more than one sexual encounter inside the house appear consensual. Ariza is not in the videos. The punter, who was cut by the Buffalo Bills when the civil suit was filed and is currently out of football, has maintained his innocence from the start.
Someone in San Diego County is a lot richer tonight. A ticket matching 5 of 6 numbers in last night's Powerball game was sold at this 7-Eleven on Amaya Drive in La Mesa. It's worth $3.2 million. The winning numbers on your screen there were 15, 20, 33, 36, 43, and the Powerball 12. The ticket in question was only missing the Powerball.
An earthquake struck UC San Diego today, but it was just a test. UCSD researchers used an earthquake simulator on a 10-story building. This is the tallest full-scale building to be tested, and it was a success. The test simulated 6.7 as well as a 7.7 magnitude earthquake. It's intended to improve resilience against major earthquakes.
It allows to improve computer modeling and simulation because that's what engineers in design offices use in order to design buildings in the real world.
It also shows wood may be a good material for high-rise buildings.
Now the ABC 10 News Pinpoint Weather Super 7-Day Forecast.
We are in for some changes here in San Diego County. If you've been outside earlier this evening, you probably noticed a lot of cloud coverage. That's because a low pressure system has made its way into San Diego County. So let's take a look ahead. We do have a wind advisory in place. This is mostly impacting our mountain and desert communities. It doesn't expire until tomorrow afternoon. We do have a slight chance for showers overnight Tuesday into Wednesday, but we are expecting a much warmer weekend, which is some great news for San Diegans. It's what we've been waiting for. As we take a look at our forecast along our coastline over the next 7 days, we will see things tomorrow at 63 degrees. So you might want to leave the house with a jacket in the early morning hours. And like I mentioned, we do have that slight chance for showers across San Diego County, but we aren't expecting to see anything